Hello and welcome back to another draw cutter. This time we're going to be doing bodies, and we're going to be doing male bodies and female bodies. We're going to cover heads as well, because I don't think I was clear enough on heads last time. So we're going to cover them again on this one, and then we're also going to move on to bodies as well. So let's get started. So first thing you need to do is draw a circle. This is like a basic way to probably get your head down right. So you do circle, and you go downwards into a peak, down, and you pull it upwards. Wrap it around. There you go, you got yourself a basic head, and then you can refine it afterwards. Oh, there you go, you got yourself a basic head. Another way to do it to not have to refine it as much is you could actually do guidelines inside the circle before you do the head, so it doesn't look like that. It will look like way better. So you do a circle, draw yourself a nice circle between the sides, and then you go, alright, so from here I want it to go down like that, that's the middle, and I want it to go up like this, that's the sides. So this head looks slightly better than that one because I started using guidelines to help me, and then you can erase them in the middle, or you can start again from the chin, one side, the other side, and then close it with the head upwards like this. That's how I typically do my heads, but to each their own. Whichever one you feel like will help you out the most, with the circle in the beginning and then doing the chin, or circle and guidelines then the chin, or starting with the chin and then closing it off like that. Whichever one will help you out the most, yeah, I think you should do that. But those are the 3 ways to do heads. Alright, moving on, now we're going to go into bodies. So let's move this over. Now we're going to move on to bodies, and then we're going to put the heads on a body. So there's 2 different types of bodies. There's the basic male kind of body, and there's the female body. So first we're going to start with the male. Males are kind of like, well, both bodies are kind of like hourglasses, alright? You guys know what hourglasses look like. They kind of go, they're big on the top, and then they got that nozzle thingy, and then they're small on the big on the bottom too. So it looks like something like that. Something like that. Like around that kind of look, or like a better example would be like this. It kind of look like that to a degree. Well, when you're drawing bodies, or just basic bodies, like, I guess, you kind of use that as an example. So if you leave that over there, you use that example for your body. So with male bodies, you know, alright, so male bodies, they're wider at the top. They go in like that. So wider at the top, they go in. Yep, go in a little bit, and then on the sides, they come out a little bit like that, and down. They come out a little bit like this, and then down. That's what like male bodies look like. I'm not gonna add in the details and stuff like that because we don't really need that for the moment. We just need to know, alright, how to draw the male body type. And I should probably put that higher, because then you can have your shoulders and stuff over here. But yeah, that's how the typical male body, when you're drawing, looks. It's wide at the top, thins out a little bit in the middle, and then widens out when you get to the waist. So chest, stomach, waist, and it widens out and stuff like that. I'm not gonna add the details because that's for another day, but that's how you draw it. That's how it's supposed to look, to a certain degree. Now let's move on to female bodies on the side. Boop. So still having that male body, you know, it's still trying to keep that hourglass figure, big at the top, big at the bottom, smaller in the middle. Well, since girls aren't as bulky as guys most of the time, when you draw them, you go, alright, so it starts out like way broader, so you go out, and curve it down, so like that, out, curve it in, something like that, and then, you know, out like that, out like that. And this one is more like a traditional, like curve that a little bit. It's more like a traditional body type. Girls, they normally like, it goes in super thin near the waist, and then it comes out like this. And I'm not just trying to be like, oh yeah, Disney, blah blah blah, but that's why you normally see that with women's body types inside Disney films or whatever. You see that their waists are like super small, and that's because they're trying to keep that. Alright, so they're like top heavy, bottom heavy, then the waist super small, but guys are just bulky all around. And you would draw their waist. Girls' waists are more like slanted, not as bulky. More of like, because guys are more like rigid, and girls are more like curved, like kind of curved a little bit, and then you draw their arms. Just an example, and then you move on to the neck. And I guess I throw it back in there anyway. So those necks are thinner, so they're wide at the base and they extend out. And they're little. Guys' necks are just like, kind of like just a tube. That's how their necks normally look, something like that. So those are the two different kinds of bodies. A great way to draw this, like with a base or whatever. There's a lot of ways to draw it. Like, you can either do what I just did, just freehand it, or you could do like guides, which I highly recommend, like using the guide. So for guys, you start off with an oval on top. At least this is how I do it. So I'll show you my way, how I see other people do it sometimes. And you guys saw the freehanding way. So guys start off with oval on top, oval on bottom, but you keep them pretty close to each other. Probably about the same size, and then not really an oval in the middle. You just draw a line down like this, and draw a line up like this to connect them. Something like that. To connect them. And there you go. You have yourself a male body. You just erase these sky lines. Right. These sky lines. Refine it a little bit if you need to, which you probably will. But there you go. You got yourself a typical male body, just from two ovals and connecting them a little bit. And there's a reason why I use ovals, because they're wider, and like when you draw them in, you're not gonna go like super thin or whatever. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to look. That's a great way to get started when you're drawing guys, I guess. But with girls, slightly different. I do an oval like this. I call oval on the side like that, and that's normally when I'm drawing positions. So I'm not trying to make it a standing up straight oval. And then I do a circle at the bottom, like that. So a circle and an oval on top. And then you do an oval on the side right here as well. And so then you draw it from there. So you go, alright, so the shoulder's here, and the chest is here. Then it comes in like this, because it's what always goes in, and then it goes out on the waist like this. I should probably use a different color, yeah, so you can see this better. I do like the cyan, but I'll use red for now. Right, so shoulders right here, then chest right here, and then it goes in like that, and then it comes out like this. There you go. Full body type. So now, final thing to do. So I showed you how to freehand it. I showed you how to draw with guides. Showed you the references. I showed you some reviewed heads. So now, last thing to do is combine them. Combine both things into one. Yay! I know everyone's happy about that. And there you go. That's this is my guide to drawing bodies and heads. So I hope this this was better for you than the heads thing I drew the first time. And I didn't really go too much into detail about the heads, but you know, like ooh, whoa, what did I just do? Go back. There you go. I hope this was more into detail than the original head thing, because that was pretty bad. And I hope you guys have a better understanding of how to draw bodies and shoulders and stuff like that, and why they look the way they do, and why why artists don't typically draw them the way they do. So yeah, I'll see you guys on the next episode. Goodbye.